Hi guys. This is Tim Griffin and Shannyn Sossamon.
Hey guys, what's happening? I love it. They've put us together like we should form a comedy troupe.
He is so bummed that they put us together.
Oh no, are you kidding?
No, I'm just kidding.
Shannon and I started shooting together.
Oh, these are so
and now we're
better than that.
at Comic-Con
He doesn't
together.
want to come inside.
He doesn't. That was M. Night's daughter. I hope you guys realize that was some.
And she's so cute.
Oh my god. He's got a terrible family and a terrible life and is a terrible human being. But I love him.
So how do your characters interact since we haven't seen much?
Shannon.
Well, we're in a little bit of a separate universe than the Matt Dillon character, Ethan Burke. I play Theresa Burke, it's his wife. I'm in Seattle, worried about him because I hear he's been in a car accident. His supervisor.
Yes, I play Adam Hassler. I am his special agent in charge. I'm his boss, but I'm also their personal friend, and I'm the one that breaks the news to her that her husband, who she has been trying to track down, has suffered an accident, and then we sort of like turn to each other to try to figure out.
But the trick is, or the catch is that he's been in this accident and his body is nowhere to be found. So I find that suspicious, and our marriage has been on the rocks. And there's other things that I think might be going on, and I need answers. And so I take it upon myself, and my 14-year-old forces himself, to go as well. And we go on the road and try to find him because no body, no signs of a body is odd.
Yes.
And he hasn't called.
A mystery, one might say.
Well, then how do you actually find out that an accident happened?
We recover the car.
You
I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
If you guys see a sniper bead right here,
We're told not to give away anything here. It's cool.
So what happens is we wake up and it's a dream. But no, that's all in the. I think it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Did you read the books?
I did not want to read the book. Did you read the book?
I read one.
Because it was sort of like if you're a character on Game of Thrones, don't read ahead. It's better to not know that you're in the Red Wedding. So I did not want to know whether or not I am. But they were, and it sort of became its own. Listening to Chad talk when he wrote the pilot, and then people went crazy for it, and then the writer of Wayward Pines, Blake, they got in touch, and Blake loved what he had done with it, and then they sort of had a symbiotic. I don't want to speak for him, but they sort of started to inform each other's stories because Blake was in the process of writing the second and now third book. So it's kind of a cool thing that's unraveling all at once.
Was it the idea that it's just a short series, one of the major selling points for it, or are you hoping that there's actually going to be seasons 2 and 3?
That was a huge selling point for me. I always joke that it's bad business, but I really I've always been so scared of signing a 6-year contract, so that was really exciting to me. I think a second season I wouldn't mind at all. That would be fun. It would be. I think that's enough, But
it's nice that it's self-contained if it needs to be, and also I don't think he would have been able to attract this caliber of cast, themselves included. But I mean, if you look at, I don't think we've both been involved with some really phenomenal ensembles, like Academy Award winning, but I've never been on a show where I think literally we're the only two that have not been nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Is that true? No? It feels that way.
More.
Yes.
There's
Charlie
definitely
has
more.
But I mean that's
that's the most exciting thing for me is this amount. Is that Will Smith's son? You guys are all looking at Will Smith's son.
Oh wow.
No, I want to look too.
Yeah. I mean like rubbernecking.
What costume is that?
Oh, that's from
something.
That's. Oh, now I don't want to give it wrong. If you get it wrong, you'll never live it down.
So you're talking about the cast and the high caliber, but it also attracted really high caliber directors.
Yes.
What's it like to have that come in?
It was amazing because you just felt really confident that the first episode that the tone was going to be set in a way that was dedicated and not compromising the quality, so something could be done in a quick way, not spoon feeding too much. It's okay, don't worry about it.
And now I know. She's dry. It's fantastic. I think he wore that to Kanye's wedding. I heard. Anyway. Not to gossip. But you guys aren't recording this, are you? So, but you know what? Actually, M. Night told us going in that he wanted it to be like a film. You know what I mean? So every director that came in after sort of had a unique perspective and really acclaimed directors, but ones that don't traditionally work in television. And so you get these incredibly original, beautiful visuals, and I think it pays off because the series is unlike anything I've ever seen.
So were you guys aware of everything when you were reading the script? Was your parts? Or did you
We read the whole script. Well, yeah, everybody got the whole script, which was nice because you know what's going on. You know the bigger picture, so that you know your job in the bigger picture, and you're able to do your job better.
Yes, working with J.J. Abrams, you have to go into an airlock room and read a red paper, black ink. I mean, it makes it exciting to be a part of something. But then I literally would show up to movies and have no idea who I was, what I was saying, etc. And my performances bear that out. So, but Night, and the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys have heard, most of us wanted to be clued in on some of the secrets, but Terrence Howard famously did not. He did not want to know what was happening, and he delivers such a brilliant original performance because he didn't want to be led down. It's a little bit like Christopher Walken doesn't want punctuation. Terrence Howard did not want to know the fate of any of our characters, and it makes
he just wanted his scene.
Just want to be in the moment. Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Something interesting
He's
when
amazing.
you're watching.
He's amazing in this show.
He's so good.
I love him.
Compare the tone to Twin Peaks. Do you think that's a suitable reference?
Go ahead. You know my answer.
This is up for debate. Because I think Toby made a really good point about you don't want to get too tied to a comparison because David Lynch has his own voice and Twin Peaks had its own sort of twisted version of reality. And the parallels, the fact that it's a small town Americana with quirky inhabitants, that's pretty much where the similarities end because this very much it feels like a deeply almost sinister coiled mystery that just keeps unfolding,
Whereas
in
the
the way
Twin Peaks atmosphere was
to me
I mean,
a
how do
little
you
more
even put it
quirky,
into
a little
words?
more, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm throwing Twin Peaks on it. And I declare war on Twin Peaks as a show.
So by the end of the season, will we have a pretty clear understanding of what's going on?
You will not even have to wait till the end of the season. And I know this because I heard Chad Hodge say this, so I feel confident in not repeating inside information.
No, you can.
Unlike a series where he didn't want the feeling that you get through all 10 episodes and the big reveal is at the end and then suddenly you're left with it. There are many reveals that happen in every episode, but there is a big sort of the secret of the town and everything gets revealed halfway through the 10 episodes. And so, and then of course, it just gets, you go from there. It gets even, you think like, you can exhale, but then it just continues on and on. But they're really generous about giving away information to the viewers to keep them, like, sort of, so they're part of the unfolding mystery. So you don't have to wait till the end. You're not going to get an experience like Lost, which I am a fan of. And JJ, I did not throw the ending of Lost into the box.
Do you think this is a perfect series to binge watch? Should we wait and see all the episodes together?
We were just talking about that. Absolutely, you can, because it's not a procedural or something with a formula every episode. The plot unfolds, so absolutely.
But also,
I've watched a couple in a row.
I don't know, like I'm a fan of Game of Thrones. This is that same sort of, I think they're trying to create the water cooler moment where such incredibly shocking stuff happens every episode that it's like event television where you see it, you want to talk about it the next day. And so you can do either because, I never watched one episode of Breaking Bad until it was over and then I consumed it in like 3 weeks. So I think this works either way, but I think it's the kind of thing that will be sort of part of an ongoing conversation. For
the whole Breaking Bad.
I watched it all in 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So without revealing a lot of the storylines, what other characters are you guys going to engage with?
Well, there's a lot of characters that live in Wayward Pines, and I can't really say
Yeah, this is where we sort
This
of
is a tricky question.
are we crossing.
But I mean, like
We can tell you the
Terrence
actors that are
Howard-
involved.
Yeah, Terrence Howard plays Sheriff
plays the
Pope.
Yeah, we got Melissa Leo
plays the
playing
nurse.
Nurse Pam. But the thing is, once you think you've pegged down somebody's personality, you do not know the full story behind what's going on behind it. So everybody is a bit of a mystery, ourselves included. I mean, you know, like Shannon's character proves to be more resourceful than just a typical I'm married to an FBI or a Secret Service agent. She's able to decode information that most mere mortals wouldn't be able to. And so like everybody is constantly gaming each other, trying to... Now I'm giving away too much. And I'm dead.
Is this the type of show, the genre of show that you would normally watch if you were involved with it?
I have said this. When I walked into the room and I met M. Night for the first time, and I knew that Matt Dillon was involved, and Terrence Howard, and all these incredible actors, I said, I'm a huge fan of The Twilight Zone, and it had sort of overtones of that. I said, I don't care if there's a place for me in the show or not, I will be watching this show.
Yeah, I feel the same.
100% authentic.
I love all the actors.
Me too. Us most.
She has an idea. I mean, she knows that he had to go to Idaho and he can't say anything else, and now he's gone and there's no traces of his body, but he was in a car accident and no one has the information. She has ideas, you know, and she wants answers because I always thought of it as a last attempt to know that she tried her hardest to save this marriage, and this was the last thing. And then she gets things she didn't expect on that journey.
Can you imagine? You know, your husband's out there, a top secret job. There's another woman who's also in a top secret job. My wife would not be happy. Actually, that's what we're doing. We're filming a top secret job. I take it back. I need to go call my wife.
So, just to start it off, what would you say to someone who's never heard of the show, and I'm trying to convince them to watch it? How do I pitch this?
You're going to be in for a great thrill ride. It's a great mystery. The acting, it's the most unparalleled cast you'll ever see on television. And everybody does killer work in it, and it's really fun. Like, M. Night makes it accessible and fun, and he makes you part of the story, and it's just great television.
I agree with him.
Can't sum it up better than that.
Cheers, guys.